think, sorry for that little transition, getting you back up there on my stand. I think that fixed it. Let's see. Oh. Yep, it sure did. Okay, so my phone is up really high because I want to be able to get my album in the frame, and that is going to be difficult since I'm filming on my phone and not my regular camera. So it is Thursday, and for a while I have been sharing doing the work in my Project Life album. And I have missed the last couple weeks for a couple reasons. I've been struggling a lot with anxiety and just having some struggles. Like, that's just the bottom line. I've been having some struggles. And this has been sitting on my desk. I also was in the middle of Week in the Life, which is a document project that is hosted by Ali Edwards. I've done for the last 6 or 7 years. And I was doing that. So all of this was on my desk. It's been staring at me. And sometimes when you get behind with Project Life, a project that you are working on that is like consecutive, like you are as you're going along. Like Project Life, I'm doing from January to December. So sometimes when you have a project like that, it can be really intimidating if you get behind or you feel like you're behind. So I wanted to get my album out, and I wanted to share with you a real look at how I get back into it when I've had weeks like this. I changed over to doing Project Life and the pocket style memory keeping because it's not hard to get caught back up. It's not hard to, oh, I'm glad that has a lid on it. It's not hard to engage in it, even if you get slightly behind. And I also want to say that I don't really believe in being behind with memory keeping. I feel like, why would I want to be completely and totally caught up in something that I love doing? If I'm totally caught up and I have nothing left to do, then I have nothing to do. Then I don't get to do this. I don't get to play with all my stuff and create. And so I'm a big believer in not worrying about or feeling like you are behind. You are exactly where you are at. Now, that certainly doesn't mean that it's not like maybe stressful or like it doesn't weigh on me, like I want to get back into this. But that is only because I do better with Project Life when I'm engaged in it, when it's happening. So I can go back and get caught up very easily. All of my kids' albums are super behind. I stayed up to date with them until COVID. And then when COVID happened, there was just too much happening and I let it go. But I'm not worried. I can totally get caught back up with that really, really easily. But I do better with our family album when I'm engaged in this at the time. Hey, Dawn, I'm so glad you're here. So what I wanted to do is this has been sitting on my desk. I am technically somewhat behind in this project, and I want to show you exactly what I do in real time. So I could have done a video and I could have sped it up or cut out some things and posted a video, but I thought, why not just show you from start to finish, like from like where I'm at to getting it in a better place. Now, I've ordered photos and I'll talk about that in a minute. You can see I have a bit of a mess here that I just had sitting on my album. And I just want to take you through this and share with you my feelings and my thoughts as I open this up and figure it out. Because to be honest, I have a slight idea of where I'm at in my album, but not a complete idea. So the first thing I do is I'm going to open it up and we're just going to assess where we're at. And this is where we're at. We have a pile of stuff. I know January is done. I know that's complete. I know February is done. I have dropped a few things into my pockets. So I know February is done. I think that's the last part I really engaged in was doing the journaling and stuff for February. So I have March here. And the great thing that I'm noticing is I already have photos in here. So that's fantastic. And then April is not set up, but I have a whole bunch of things in the pocket of April because it was my birthday. And so these are some cards that are in here. And then we're in May, and I've not done anything for May. What I do have is I have my April and my May stories by the month kits, so we can look at that. And then what I believe this is all of my April stuff, or March stuff. So let's go back to March, and let's see what is happening. So for March, I have photos. I have my everyday photos. And I have a extra spread here that is my craft room. So if you're familiar with my channel, the last, I don't know, 5 or 6 weeks, I've been doing a big cleanup in my craft room. I've been doing a spring clean, and I've been doing a whole lot of different things. And so I have some photos, and I just wanted to document that that was something that I was doing. On this side, I have, these are some more just everyday photos. So this isn't like anything particular. So that's interesting. I must have just needed space for more photos. Okay, and then like I said, I have my calendar and my pocket, and then I have this, and I think what my plan was is I think I wanted to, oh, here's some outside photos. It wasn't really, so this is exactly what I would do. I would flip through and just see where I'm at. So I think I wanted to do these photos. It wasn't particularly warm in March. We still were having some cold weather, but I snapped some photos. Violet was out on the trampoline and hanging upside down in the tree. And I think I wanted to add these. I think maybe originally I was going to add them here, but I needed space for just like more everyday photos. So I'm going to adjust this. I'm going to grab a 6x8 page protector. And we're going to take these photos out because these are just, I think these are just photos that I snapped. I don't think they're anything like particular. This was of like the like planets that you could see. So I already have my tab on here. So what I'm going to do is just come in here and do a small cut so that I can slide that out. And then this was another just kind of photo. So on the back side here, I have my craft room. And then I'm also going to, I had cut this card in half. And what I'm going to do is put this back in here. And I'll just tape that together so that it is back together. Okay. And then these, we'll do like one there, one here, and then this can go here, and I'll put an Avery index tab on it, and that is like just kind of random photos. And then this I can put here, and this, there's more of these photos, and these sort of all go together, so I can tell this story together. I have several of her hanging on the tree. Yeah, this tree, it's funny. So yesterday I said to my husband, this is an almond tree, and it's in, not an almond tree, I'm sorry, a walnut tree. It's in our front yard. And this is where I just love the fact that I document our everyday life. I said to my husband yesterday or the day before, I said our tree is really blooming late this year because we haven't had any warm weather. Like, it's just now getting warm, and it is May. And I said, it's really blooming late. Like, it's not quite full yet. And he said, no, it always blooms in May. And I said, no, it doesn't. I have photos from last year. At the very end of March, it's starting to bloom. Like, it was just starting to bloom here in March. And then by April of last year, I have photos of it completely bloomed, sitting in our, we put a swing and stuff in our front yard. And in April, I have photos of the tree totally bloomed. And so it was funny. He was like, it always blooms all the way in May. And I was like, no, it doesn't. I have photos from last year of it completely bloomed and filled in by my birthday weekend. Because I remember us having my birthday out in the front yard, like celebrating my birthday, and being so glad the tree was already completely bloomed because it provided shade. And so it was funny. I was like, it's blooming late this year. And he didn't quite believe me until I got out our Project Life album from last year. And then he was like, oh, you were right. And I was like, of course I was right. Of course. You shouldn't have doubted me. Okay, so there's that. And then I don't think I'm going to do this one of her in the tree. I'm actually just going to throw that away. It's just, it's the same thing that she was doing. And then I'm also going to put, I'm going to cut this up. And even though it's the same photo, I'm going to split it up, which I think is totally fine to do. This is a little bit hard because I'm having to lean so much forward because of where my camera is. It's a little bit hard to film this way live, but you get the idea. Okay, so then I'll put something here to be able to journal, and let's see. So then this, okay, we'll deal with this in just 1 minute. Okay, so I have currently, then I have that hello, and then I have these. Okay, so I need, so right here, I'm going to put this other hello card. And I have to trim it down because it is, the corners are rounded. And I don't want them to be. So I have to trim it down, which means I have to add some kind of card in there, like some kind of backing. Like that, much like I did here. So what I'm going to do is there's some orange in that. So I'm going to use this paper. This is Becky Higgins' paper from the Clementine Core Kit. And back in the day when she used to release a set of 12 by 12 paper with the core kits, and she doesn't do that anymore. I don't even think she does core kits anymore. But I had this in my stash. Clementine is my favorite core kit of all time. And I super wish that I could get some more of those elements. But you can't. Okay. So I'm just going to use my liquid adhesive. And all the core kits used to come with rounded corners. So I have some kits from the past that have rounded corners, and I'm the kind of person that either it all has to be rounded or none of it can be rounded. Like, I can't mix and match. It drives me bananas. Okay, so this will go in here. Maybe I need to trim it a tiny bit. That's annoying. Now it's not centered. Oh, well, we're going to let it go. We're going to let go of the things we can let go of. Okay, so that's perfect. So then I'll need something on this side. And then I'll need something here. I think I'm going to use this March, 3 Things March card. That will be fun to document like 3 things outside. So actually that's perfect. So now just a card for here. And this is just everyday photos. There's nothing particular. I don't want to do this pink because I did pink right there. So I want to find something different. And because I have a journaling piece over here, I think here I just want a filler card. Okay, so this says Finding in March. Yes, this. I think I'm going to put this here. Okay, so I think I'm going to grab my cards from, I mean, I could do this orange again, but what I think I'm going to do is grab my cards from Ali Edwards. And you'll see tomorrow in my video tomorrow, it is the last organizational video for my spring clean, and I actually shared this stuff right here. So make sure you check out that video tomorrow. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to look in like my yellow and orange. So I'm just going to pull these out. That's the first color I'm going to look through. Any day spent with you is my favorite, so today is my favorite day. That would be a great quote, but it doesn't really match. It's more bright. Dude, just start where you are now. That should be the title of this video. Just start where you are now, dude. That's funny. I like this one too, but it's not the right color. Neither is this. This one is kind of, to plant a garden is to believe in tomorrow. That's kind of cool for the gardening. That would have been kind of cool there. Huh. I kind of like that. Okay. So maybe then I do the March 3 there. Okay, that totally worked. So let's do the March 3 here. Okay, that's perfect. And then I want to put this on this one photo. And we will do that with a tape runner. This just says, yes, this, and it's from that March kit, so it has like the same, that same font. Hey, Laura, I was just thinking about you today. I hope you're doing well. I thought about you this morning. So yes to this. Okay. So then that's April. We'll deal with April in a minute. We're going to stay focused here. Okay. Next. Okay, so the other thing that I wanted to do in March, and remember, I'm feeling a little bit behind. I would rather be like working on May right now or getting May set up. So I already know that like I'm feeling that way. So I know for sure that in March, the two things that I need to do are I need to do my calendar. I need to do the stamping of my calendar, and I need to do my journaling. My journaling this month will be for the month of March, not this month, the March of May, but the month of March will be a mix of handwriting along with computer journaling. Oh my gosh, Laura, do not be embarrassed. I just had another gal that's in Blessed Craft, Debbie. I just was emailing her the last couple days because she's getting caught up on her kits as well. And she had a class that she bought from me a couple months ago, and she needed the PDFs. So do not be embarrassed at all. It totally happens. It totally happens. Hi, Eva. She said, I like how you use different size of page protectors. That's actually one of my favorite things, doing the Project Life, in the way that I do it, in this way, like the pocketed way, is I love, like, this is my favorite. Now, my tabs aren't stamped yet. I do that at the end of the album. I go through and I stamp all my tabs at once. But one of my favorite things about Project Life is the way all of this layers together, and it's so interactive. Like, it just calls out to like flip through things and just see them, and I really love it. And I even add embellishments to my ring. This is a acetate piece, and I just love it in here. And so you can just see things that they just layer, and I love that. It's just one of my favorite things. I also love using the really large photos in my album, and then also using, you know, the smaller ones. And so you can see that. And then I have right here, I have a little chipboard heart as well. So I love that too. It's one of my favorite things. So, one of the things that I had thought about, because I didn't take that many photos this month, and there wasn't really anything like stories I was telling. If you notice, the way that I structure my months is I have my, let's see, this is January. So I have a design A and a design A, and that is like normal everyday photos. It's us watching football, it's the kids in the car, it's a game night, and Kayla doing homework. And then anything in the middle is like a special something more special that I want to document. So like the sunsets, I always do like sunsets in like the summer or in like January or February. I wanted to get how beautiful like the rolling hills were. Again, some more sunsets. In February, I did a whole bunch about the weather because we had snow and it never snows here. So there's certain things I choose to focus on in the month, and that's what tends to go in the middle of my pages. For the month of March, I didn't really have anything, and I knew that because I knew that I would be doing Week in the Life in April, which is a very heavy documenting project. I took over 300 photos during the week that I documented Week in the Life. So I knew that I was just feeling, you know, when you just are kind of slacking with taking photos. I just wasn't picking up my camera and taking a lot of photos. So because of that, I thought it would be fun in the month of March to document some of the TV shows that we watch. Some of the TV shows that the kids watch, and then some of the ones that we watch. And so this is from Ali Edwards. It was a digital stamp. She has an actual stamp set that are all these TVs. I bought the digital version of that, and then I added them to a Word document. I made the TVs larger or smaller. You can see some of them are like upside down because I just fit as many as I could. Then I printed them in black and white because I didn't want the color. I wanted the color to be able to go ahead and match the month I was doing. So then I printed that out. And then this is a tracker from a gal here on YouTube. Her name is Hepa. And she has this whole PDF that you can buy in her Etsy store that is like tracking. I liked how... Oh, it was upside down. Now that's the right side up. I liked how this was sort of the same style as the Ali Edward TVs. So I printed that out. And then I also bought this digital stamp from Ali Edwards that had all of these different type of like TV stamps. And then again, I put them all in a Word document. I made them larger or smaller. And then I have some duplicate ones. And my idea was I was going to take this maybe and then document like our favorite TV shows and what everybody is watching. Because I'm behind, this is what I do. Because I'm feeling behind, I'm not going to do this in March. Like, I'm not going to stress out. Like, this was the plan. I wanted to do that. I'm not going to stress out and try to do this in March because my goal, I want to get caught back up to May. Okay. If I was just totally fine with like, I didn't feel the need to get caught up with May. And remember, I'm using caught up very loosely. You don't have to be caught up with Project Life. But because I want to get into May and I'm feeling like I have Week in the Life, which is going to be a really, it's a big project, basically. I don't want to take a bunch of time in this. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this. I printed it out. I'm going to take this page protector out. I'm not going to use that. I'm going to save this to do on another month. Like maybe it would be great to focus on in June when school is out. So I'm going to set that aside. And this is going to be it for March, which is not a lot. And that's okay. It doesn't have to be a lot. I don't even have anything to put into my pocket here. I have a couple other photos that actually I think were from February. I think I'm going to stick these in this pocket, and I think I will do an 8.5 by 11 traditional page with that. Now, all of this February stuff, I'm going to file away into my February piece. And then these are photos of the before photos of us putting in a fence on the side of our house. So I'm going to save these because I just need to take after photos. So already I'm feeling really great. I will do this layout at another time. I'm just going to get rid of this. I'm going to throw this photo away. I don't need it. Actually, I'll put this in Violet or Kayla's album, actually, since it's of both of them. I'll just stick it in one of their albums, and then I don't have to throw it away. So all I have left to do for March is to do my journaling, do my calendar, and do this layout, and that's it. And then March will be done. That's perfect. It's a light month. I'll put an Avery index tab on this, and I will fix this card there, and that will be it. Okay, so then as far as embellishments go, I don't have a lot on here. Let me see what I have. So the kits I have out, none of them are my March things. So let's grab my March container. I'm going to grab February and March. Okay, so already with this process, I'm already feeling better than I did when I sat down to open this. Sometimes we avoid the project, right? Whatever it is, a memory keeping page, our project life album, week in the life, December daily. Sometimes we avoid those projects because it just feels overwhelming. But then once we get into it, it's totally fine and I'm already feeling better. So I'm going to set this aside. I'm going to put all of this back into my core kit for Clementine. So that can be put away. What I have here is I have some label stickers I still might use. So I'm going to set that. I'm going to leave that out. I have these 2 cards I think I'm going to put into March. So here's March. And then also here's February. So all I'm going to do with the February is I'm going to file away this product right here. It's all going to go in my February container, and then I'll put that up. So already I have things to put up. Then these 2 things are going to go in March. And then I'm going to look and see what I have in here as far as like March embellishments. So this is March Madness. That's funny because of all this stuff in the news happening, which we won't go into. Okay, so let me look in here. March stories. I don't really need any cards. I just want to see if I have any embellishments like chipboard, that kind of thing. So I can put these cards in here. Around here. Okay. This card is so pretty. I really want to use that. So I have this that have these same colors. March sights, March sounds, March tastes, March feels right now, and then March feels again. Let's hold this out and see. That might be good. Then I have these stickers I might be able to use. This is from a kit, like just an old kit. It was like a vintage kit. I'm not going to use March Madness. I don't need to use that. Spring Break. And then these 2 chipboards I don't need. And then these are cards. So I don't think... Let's see if I could use that. Yeah, so the rest of that are just cards. Then I have these brads. I've had these brads for a million years. Should we try to use these if the colors, I think, go? Okay. So let's take these out and then let's see. So because this is pretty bright, I'm going to decide not to use these label stickers because they have a black border and I can save them. Uh-oh. What's happening? Is it buffering? Is that my internet? Is something happening? I think think I'm okay. Let's see. Okay, yeah, I'm okay. So let me just catch up on comments really quick. Laura said, such a fun idea. Would be hilarious to look back to years ago and see what we were watching, right? Oh, thanks. I love this picture of Andrew and I. I love the idea of, I do that. I've documented movies we're watching or shows we're watching. Right now, currently, we are really into Chicago Fire and Chicago PD, which if you watch those, they're very emotional shows. I think it might be fun on these trees to put these, and I wonder if I could just punch them out. I wonder if I have a punch. Of course, the punch that I think is too big. Yeah. The punch that I think I could use, I think is holding up. Well, this is 1/4. Do I have a 1/2? I do. Okay, let's use this 1/2. So let's do March sounds. March sights. Ooh, and I did not. That is not. Okay, that it's not at all centered. And so what I'm going to try to do is make this one not centered too. So what if we just, that's such a bummer. Because I could do this and then I could do the right now. Okay, and then we're going to do something fun. Okay, so we're going to do right now. And then I have these floral brads. Like, see these flowers? And I have a purple one. I need a pokey thing. Okay, I don't even know what this came in, but I'm going to cut it down. I need a piece of it. So we're going to put that in there. I don't know if this idea is going to work. So I poked right through the page protector. So it can swing over. So that's sort of, the brad sort of covers up, it doesn't sort of, it totally does cover up some of the writing. So then I'm gonna do this blue. Luckily, I have a blue one, a yellow one, and a purple one. So I think that's gonna work. So then let's do the blue one. And I'm just eyeballing this. I mean, it doesn't need to be perfect. And this is sort of going to cover up the right now as well. So then that will move as well. It gives it this fun interactive. Okay, so then I did this one. I did this one over here, the flower part over here. So for March sounds, I'm going to do the flower on this side. And these don't match perfectly, like that blue doesn't. I mean, they're pretty close, but it doesn't match perfectly. Okay, so for March, okay. Sort of in the middle. And probably if I had, like, I could have had a better plan for this, but it's fine. And it makes me so happy to use these brads. I've literally had them for like 15 years. Just turn. The brad. Oh, this makes me so happy. Oh, sorry, my back is hurting. I'm having to lean really far forward to film. I don't know if this was a great idea. It's just the stand I have for lives. Okay. So again, they're not perfect, but they're really cute. And then I'll write journaling on here. You could also put vellum under here and then like have it so like that the journaling was behind the circle. But I love that. And then this kind of goes with this card. I really love that. Okay, so I can do that, which I think is great. Okay, here's Kayla and I. I love you can see my phone in my glasses. And then right here, I'm not even going to do it on the photo. I'm just going to do it on the page protector. I'm just going to use this sticker. Okay. There was that beautiful rainbow that Esau took from his work. We have March here, so I don't need to put March anywhere. One moment at a time, one day at a time. I really like that. I hope that this is just my computer being weird and it's not. There we go. Okay. So then we have that there. Oh, can I put a brad anywhere? Like, I think what I'll do is add a couple of these flower brads to this just to tie it in. I like to add like when I have embellishments like this, I like to add them throughout my month because it just ties together my month. And I love the idea of using something up, right? So I'm going to add 3 of these and we'll just use our little pokey thing again. And we'll add 3 of them. This title card's a little bit different than I normally do. I gotta pay attention. I gotta leave at 2 to get Andrew. Okay. And we're all excited. My mom is coming down to visit. She hasn't been down since last fall. Oh, I really like the way that looks. Oh, that's so perfect. Oh, wow. March is really shaping up to be better than I thought it was going to be. Okay, so I'll stamp the calendar. Then we have this. I will fix this. That will be there. This is all the laundry. Oh, I hate laundry. Anybody else? Anybody else hate laundry? Luckily, this one I'm doing right on the photo. Luckily, my husband does the laundry for me. It's not often I have to deal with the laundry. And I'm not sad about that. Actually, we're going to do Hello Life on here. Which this is a bit of a brighter yellow and a brighter blue, but it will... Ugh, that's so crooked. No! Oh, no. Oh, I think I can get it off. This will sort of play off that yellow right there. Hello Life, that's perfect. I'm just going to leave it alone. Okay, and then... we watched Kung Fu Panda together as a family in March. I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna use that. So there's really nothing left in here that I want to use. And then I could use these glitter brads. Like if I put one right here, I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm just gonna, use the rest of these flower brads. That will make me feel better that I used something up. That will actually be perfect. I have 3 left, and I know exactly where I'm going to use them. Okay, so then I will go ahead and put these back. This was in March. I'm going to go ahead and put that back. And then these vellum tags, I just don't think that I'm going to be able to use. I wanted to, but I don't think I'm going to be able to, so I will just filter those into my stash. Okay. So let's do the flowers right here. And then we're going to move on to April and figure out what I'm going to do for April. And then that'll probably be perfect timing. So let's do the same thing we did on that one card, but we're going to do it the opposite. So this way it'll kind of tie both sides together. So let's do 2 there and then 1 there. Oh, I love these. I love being able to use these on this spread. I think that is perfection. Hey, Kathy. Okay. It just makes me happy to use up my stuff. Okay. So so now I can, let's see. I'm going to go ahead and just throw this card away. I don't think I'm going to try to make myself use it. I could use one more. Here. I might use that there or here. I could do that one there. March tastes. I don't really have an appropriate photo. I think I will use this here. That'll just tie that together. Okay. Let me see. What's this? Oh, I could do March sights here. And then that would give me 3 circles. That's what I'm going to do. So that gives me like 3 circles, like in a triangle. And this one works good here. It's March sights. And I took this photo for the hillside. Okay, so that's actually perfect. So that's what I'll do there. And that's all I'll do for the embellishing. And I'll finish these 2 up when I do my journaling. So then I can also put this paper away, and that's perfect. And then I have the labels that are left that I decided not to use. And then the paper that I have left are 2 sheets from the Clementine kit, and then just this piece of photo paper, like with the cameras on it. And that is March. So let's just recap what March looks like and what I have to do. I need to do journaling and I need to do my calendar. And that is it. I used up these floral brads, which is really awesome. I love that I can turn these right on the page. I think that's so cool. Love that. It gives it another little interactive feature. I will fix this card and do this journaling and then fix these on here, and that's perfect. So that is what is there for March and what I have left. So now into April. What I need to do for April is I need to figure out what I want to use. Do I want to use some designer paper? Do I want to use a card kit? So this is the April items. More of these stickies. So I'll just stick these labels here. With these labels, maybe I'll use them in April. So I have the that April piece. Better days are coming. That's very, I don't know. That seems very, I don't know, feels negative. Beautiful day. April. So I'm already feeling like, I'm feeling like this really doesn't go with any of this. This could work, and this could work, and these could work. There's some vellum, and then there's the stamp. So, and then I have this, which are the colors, but I don't think this is enough. I've ordered my April photos. That's the other thing that I would typically do right now is I would go through and order my photos that I needed for April, but I've already done that. I've also ordered photos for Week in the Life. So I ordered like, I don't know, like 350 photos, which is just insane. I never have that many photos to order. Okay, so this is like kind of like watercolor tie-dye. Let me grab my April container and see what is in there because I'm not loving that product right now. I like the product, but I'm not really loving it for right now. So in here for April, I have that, April Memories. I have that. I have Easter Memories. And then these are some things I printed from the Project Life app. And none of it's really speaking to me. Okay, so we have a big problem. So I don't want to use any of this for April. That is a problem. I'm going to put April looks like this. Okay. So we're going to put all of this up. I don't like this Better Days Are Coming. I'm sure that there will be a time I'll want to use that, but I don't know. This month is not that month. Pieces of My Story, and then it's April and these colors. I feel like this was already a very like pastel-y kind of layout. I feel like I really want to shift gears. So I don't think I'm going to use any of this. I don't want to use this. April 3 things. I think I'm going to put this up and I will use the stamp set because I've used the April, like the monthly 3 things in each month so far. So I'll just use the stamp. And this is just so out of place, I feel like. Okay. Without rain, nothing grows. We should put that in here because it rained a lot. So I'm going to put all this up. We'll use this. This I'm going to put up. April Gathering. We didn't do anything for Easter. Coloring eggs. None of that is going to work. And I don't think any of this is going to work. So I'm just going to filter. What I'm going to do is put this April one. These aren't specific. The only one that's specific to April is this one. So I'll put that in there. Around the Yard I might be able to use. But then these I'm just going to put in my stash of stuff. So now I need to figure out, then I can throw this away. So I have a lot of stuff to put up, which makes me happy. And maybe I could use these. If I go with like a black, more of like a black and white, like, or black and like blue or black and gray, I could use all this. So what I'm going to do is set this in one of my pockets. Okay. This is how I don't get overwhelmed. We'll stick that there, and then I'll put all this other stuff up. I don't need April anymore because I'm not going to use that. So the other thing that I like to just take a look at is, like, this is May. My kit for May. Oh, May is these flowers. Okay. Okay. That's fine. All right, so now I got to figure out what to do for May. And I feel like or for April, and I feel like this is going to be a process, and I've got to get ready to go pick up Andrew from school. So I think that's where I'm going to end the video, but I think next week I will show you setting up April. So next week for Project Life Thursdays, we'll set up April, and then I will show you how I did the journaling for March. And if you're in my membership group, you'll see that. I will post that in my membership group as a member video. doing the journaling, fixing this card, and wrapping up March, but I will show you that next week, and then we'll set up April. And let me know in the comments if you like it doing this live where we can interact and chat, or if it's easier or better or more enjoyable if I just do this as a video where I can record it. So this is my pocket. This pocket is going to be pretty full because it has a lot of the birthday cards that I received. And so I will have these in here as well because I want to keep all of them. So that's what I'll do. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me and checking out getting caught up with Project Life. That is literally what I do. That is my process when I'm feeling behind. I already feel so much better having just opened this up. I know I've printed my photos. That is always huge for me, is getting my photos printed. And then just assessing where I'm at. And then there's just something about looking back through my album and flipping through the pages and seeing how much I love this project. It just motivates me to want to get back into it. So that's my number one tip for you guys. If you are needing to get back into your, into the project, or you're feeling a little bit behind, just look at what you've done. Like flip open your album and then see the things that you've already done, and it will totally motivate you and encourage you to get back into it. And just start with little steps. Just get the photos ordered, or just get your pages set up. I will also, in the next couple weeks, talk about doing foundation pages. A lot of times I like to set up, like when I set up April, it would be really great if I would set up May and June as well, so that the foundation of that was already done, and it makes things a little bit easier. Using Stories by the Month by Ali Edwards makes that slightly harder because I'm sort of waiting on product to see what I'm going to do. But I do like that idea of doing foundation pages, and I can share more of that if you guys are interested. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I'll be back tomorrow with a video wrapping up my spring cleaning. So make sure you check out that video of the studio tomorrow, and I will chat with you guys later. Have a great day, everyone.